Hello, vanakkam, swagatham and welcome to a very different episode of 30 Minutes with us only on Peppers Television, and my name is Rajiv. These days Tamil cinema is going through a very different period itself. Different genres, different directors, different stories, different narration styles. Some click and some don't. And with me one day is a director who's made a movie which is absolutely awesome. It touches the heart, it touches the mind, it touches your soul. With me one day is the director of the movie Vidiyum Mun. With us today for the next 30 minutes one day is Mr. Balaji. Vanakkam and welcome sir. எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? ரொம்ப ரிலாக்ஸ்டா இருக்கீங்க, and that is the reason for your mega ஒரு success. First of all, வார்த்தைகள் sir, tell me how does it feel? ஏன்னா இந்த காலத்துல தமிழ் சினிமாக்கு சக்சஸ் ரொம்ப ஒரு ரேரான விஷயம் இருக்கு. A commercially successful film ரொம்ப ரேரான விஷயம் இருக்கு. You achieved critical success, commercial success, every type of success. எப்படி ஃபீல் பண்ணீங்க? ஒரு greatness, ஒரு relief, ஒரு overjoy எப்படி இருக்கீங்க?
ஆக்சுவலா ஒரு பயம் போச்சு லேசா.
பயம் இருந்துச்சு இதுக்கு ரிலீஸ்க்கு முன்னாடி.
இப்பவும் கொஞ்சம் பயமா இருக்கு, அடுத்த படம் எப்படி பண்ண போறோம்னு சொல்லிட்டு.
So cinema is all about fear, success or failure. Fear permanent-ஆ இருக்கு.
Fear is the driving force. Yeah, without fear we cannot tell you. Because directors are not the smarter ones. Audience is the smart ones. So audience என்னைக்கும் underestimate பண்ணக்கூடாது. ஆடியன்ஸ்க்கு படம் பிடிக்கலனா no matter who you are, they won't come see it.
Whether you're a newcomer or a legend, எதோ இருந்தாக்கா ஆடியன்ஸ்க்கு பிடிச்சாக்கா you remain. ஆடியன்ஸ்க்கு பிடிக்கலனா no matter who you are, no thank you. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு expectations இருக்கு, situation இருக்கு தமிழ் சினிமால Okay, superb. So now tell me, தமிழ் சினிமா is going through a very different ஒரு phase. Different short films வராங்க, different stories வராங்க, different narration styles வராங்க. This is your first movie in Tamil cinema. என்ன thoughtல வந்தீங்க first of all, and இப்போ என்ன thoughtல இருக்கீங்க?
Actually, the reason I came to do a Tamil film here, அது predominant-ஆ என்னன்னாக்க தமிழ்ல இப்போ golden era-ன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க சினிமால. People love to watch good movies. இந்த period Hollywoodல late 70s-ல இருந்தது. அதுக்கப்புறம் studios started taking over. அதுக்கப்புறம் independent films வந்துச்சு Hollywoodல, no doubt about it. But golden era-ன்னு போயிடுச்சு. இப்போ golden era-ன்னு எப்படினாக்க even big studios here, they also support innovative, independent, new, alternate, parallel cinema. இது அந்த ஒரு genre-ல பண்ண படம் இது. So அதனால what I thought this will be the best opportunity because I'm already growing old and I don't want to,
I will not agree with it. We both are very very young and dynamic. So old அது விட்டுரு, it's a bad word.
Age is a number. Correct. But என்னன்னாக்க my thing is I wanted to basically do a film that people can readily embrace and see what is happening in this world and give them a sensory experience that is not that is something that I wanted to try and do that in Tamil, because you know what, I want to see this kind of sensory experience in Tamil. எல்லா எலிமெண்ட்ஸும் ஒரே மாதிரி cohesive-ஆ work பண்ணி கொடுக்கிற மாதிரி, audio, the video.
And இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு story, இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு topic very relevant in the times of India today, where women are going through a very very bad time. ஒவ்வொரு பேப்பர்ல பார்த்தாக்கா ஒரு rape இருக்கு, ஒரு different type of accusation இருக்கு. Women are actually totally maligned in India itself. So நீங்க giving a very honest opinion about the state of women. Tell me one thing, நீங்க ஒரு thoughtல வந்தீங்க, ஆனா thought வேற விஷயம் இருக்கு, action இன்னொரு விஷயம் இருக்கு. So how did all these thoughts come into action? எப்போ வந்தது, என்ன challenges தான் இருந்தது?
இல்ல, அதாவது என்னன்னாக்க my idea was என்னைக்கும் ஒரு women centric subject வச்சு ஒரு படம் பண்றது கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டம், and at the same time women protagonist, main ஹீரோவே women தான் சொல்றது ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். ஸோ எனக்கு என்னன்னா அது எப்படியாவது அந்த இது பண்ணணும்னு எனக்கு ஒரு ஆசை, and அது ரொம்ப நாளா என் மனசுல ஓடிக்கிட்டு இருந்த ஒரு ஆசை தான் அது. அண்ட் என்னை ரொம்ப பாதிக்கப்பட்டது ஒரு டாக்குமெண்ட்ரி நான் பார்த்தேன், ஒரு மெக்சிகன் டாக்குமெண்ட்ரி பார்த்தேன். அது ரொம்ப என்னை பாதிக்கப்பட்டது. அப்போலேருந்தே நான் நினச்சிட்டு இருந்தேன், சரி உமன் இதை தான் பண்ணணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு. பட் இந்த ஃபீல்டு செக்ஸ் ஒர்க்கர்ஸ் இந்த மாதிரி ஃபீல்டில் போயிட்டு நம்ம ரிசர்ச் நிறைய பண்ண முடியாது. அண்ட் ஐ ஆல்சோ வாஸ் ஃபேசினேட்டட் அண்ட் இன்ஸ்பயர்ட் பை a few very good films, especially one. And அப்போ என்ன பண்ணேன், சரின்னு சொல்லிட்டு
என்ன இன்ஸ்பிரேஷன் இருந்தது
இல்லை, பட் அதை மக்களுக்கு தெரியும், இட்ஸ் நாட் அ ப்ராப்ளம். ஸோ நான் என்ன பண்ணேனாக்க ஐ வாண்டட் டு talk and get the nod, and I did get the the writer director's nod, and then I did mention to the writer that because at that time I was also working on a very similar story. அப்போ நான் பண்ண உடனே நான் சொன்னேன், அதுக்கப்புறம் பண்ணிட்டு நான் I said okay, let me do this, go ahead and do this. Then we sat and we had to I had to how do I put it is ஏனோட ஸ்டோரியில ஒரு blackmail plot டோட்டலாவே இருந்தது. அந்த blackmail plot என்னோட ஒரிஜினல் ஸ்டோரியில நான் வச்சிருந்தேன். So I brought a lot of my blackmailing plot into this. I brought a lot of other elements into this that and somehow I wanted to make everything feel alive and come as a good thriller.
Right. And இது வந்து they say the technical aspect of this movie வந்து outstanding-ஆ இருக்கு. Camera work, background music வந்து superb-ஆ இருக்கு. ஆனா one very very challenging-ஆன விஷயம் நீங்க பண்ணிருக்கீங்க வந்து is using the talent of actress Pooja. இது வந்து ரொம்ப ஒரு பிரேவான டிசிஷன் இருக்கு. ஏன்னா பூஜா வந்து இஸ் a very successful actress, ரொம்ப ஒரு டேலண்டடான ஆக்ட்ரஸ் இருக்காங்க. ஆனா it's very easy to take a very commercial-ஆன actress. You've experimented once again using Pooja. பூஜா எப்படி வந்தது மந்த்?
இல்ல ஆக்சுவலா என்னன்னாக்க I watched Mr. Bala's movie நான் கடவுள்.
And that was a very intense-ஆன ஒரு performance.
Yeah. And Pooja was like very afraid to do another movie. And when I saw the film, I was like, my God, what a daring filmmaker Mr. Bala is. So I've never had an opportunity to meet with him, but I would love to meet with him. And I said,
and he would love to meet you as well, I'm sure. ஏன்னா இந்த மாதிரி two great filmmakers.
I'm a very small guy compared to him.
வந்து எதுவும் இல்ல சினிமால வந்து I think everybody is got a great place for themselves.
அது வந்து when I saw his movie, எனக்கு வந்து அப்படியே I was moved. I said like, my God, என்ன amount of research, என்ன amount of detailing அந்த work, and Pooja வந்து he totally transformed her into this beggar girl, and I was like, my God, what a phenomenal இது. இப்போ வந்து எனக்கு
பாலாசக குறுக்குறே நான் பூஜாக்கு எதுமே சொல்லல.
அதல சொல்ல போறேன். இப்போ என்னன்னா my fear was அவர் அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு படம் பண்ணிட்டாரு. She was very particular that she wanted to do another film. I said, hey, it'll be different. See, because என்னன்னாக்க அவர் ரொம்ப இன்டென்ஸா பண்ண ரோல நான் வந்து அட்லீஸ்ட் வேற மாதிரி ஒரு இதுல பண்ணாக்க அவ தப்பிச்சிடலாம், நானும் தப்பிச்சிடலாம். ஸோ அதனால
கம்பேரிசன் டைரக்டா வராது.
ஆமா, கம்பேரிசன் டைரக்டா பண்ணாம தப்பிச்சிடலாம். ஸோ அதனால then I thought, okay, Pooja will be very good because she's a brilliant actress. She's a very, very good actress. So I thought, okay, let me, because not only she's a good-looking girl, she's a very brilliant actress.
I agree with both. Very, very good-looking and extremely talented, very hard-working on our actor.
Correct. And sincere worker. So adnala vande, and you know what happened was at that time, to my luck, she was also signed with Mr. Bala for Paradesi. And I said, oh God, avarkida da work pannanunte. But then when he realized, apparently Pooja told me, when he realized that these are first-time filmmakers and we also wanted her, he said, no problem, nee and padathula poi nadinte. So for that, Mr. Bala, please, thank you so much. I mean, I really thank you very much if you are watching this show.
That's the greatness of not only a director, the greatness of a human being to, you know, allow the growth of a director, growth of a movie.
Exactly.
Adhe oru note le vandu
he's a water sign like me. I'm a Scorpio, he's a Cancerian.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. So I'm not in the water, but of course we have water around us today. Well, of course, awesome oru vishayam irukku. Different ஒரு விஷயம் இருக்கு. ஆனா successful one is the most important aspect of every single movie that you all take. உங்களுக்கு successனா என்ன சார்? Is it the kind of feedback the audiences are giving you, அது ஒரு success-ஆ? The money the movie has made, அது success-ஆ? இல்ல the public reactions, the critical acclaims? உங்களுக்கு successனா என்ன இருக்கு actually?
Success is actually a very relative word அது. அதாவது if the movie is commercially successful, meaning it makes back the money, I'll be very happy because producers are not running charity institutions and they can now start making daring movies. பாவம் வந்து all
you invest to make back.
Oh yeah, exactly. அது வந்து that's the one form of success. For a filmmaker, another form of success is when it's accepted by the audience. Sometimes வந்து critics ஓட ஆடியன்ஸ்க்கு நிறைய பிடிக்கும் சில விஷயம், அந்த மாதிரியும் படங்கள் இருக்கு. அது வந்து ஒன் மோர் ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் சக்சஸ். அல்டிமேட் சக்சஸ் வந்து கிரிட்டிக்ஸ்க்கு பிடிக்கிறது தான். ஏன்னா கிரிட்டிக்ஸ் தான் வந்து சினிமாக்குன்னு போய் பார்க்குறவங்க, சினிமாவை நேசிக்கிறவங்க, சினிமாவில் அப்படியே ஊறி இருக்கிறவங்க,
பண்ணுவாங்க, அப்சர்வ் பண்ணுவாங்க.
அது வந்து ஒரு அல்டிமேட் சக்சஸ்ன்னு நான் நினைப்பேன் as a filmmaker.
நீங்க வந்து ஹேட்ரிக்கே அடிச்சிருக்கீங்க. You made money, audience happy and critics also extremely happy.
And thanks to
most முக்கியமான question, how much money has the movie made?
அது வந்து it's a producer question you have to ask.
We'll go on with that. Now tell me the one thing, Pooja madam நீங்க choose பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. And how difficult or how easy was it to transform her on screen? And நீங்க பாத்தீங்க under Bala's direction, நீங்க வந்து you have your own style, your own character. So what did you do to train her and mold her basically? என்ன பண்ணிருக்கீங்க?
Yeah, the word train, I never use the word train with anybody because it's just that, you know, what happens is ஒரு height of a person, the color of a person, the way the person's features are எல்லாமே வந்து is a form of acting. So அதனால what I want is நான் பண்ற ஒரு ரியாக்ஷனும் பூஜா பண்ற அதே ரியாக்ஷன் வேற மாதிரி இருக்கும். So what I'd like to do is I like to explain to her in detail what it is that I want.
Just emotion வந்து convey பண்ணனும்.
எப்படி சொல்லணும்? ஒரு broad strokeல முதல்ல சொல்லுவேன். இதுதான் basic idea. இந்த ஐடியாவை உள் வாங்கிக்கோ. இதுல இருந்து நம்ம முதல்ல வந்து choreograph பண்ணிடலாம். So then I know what points you're going to hit. When you hit those points, then how I can look at your idiosyncrasies, and then அந்த idiosyncrasy base பண்ணிட்டு நான் எப்படி அதை focus பண்ணி என்ன பண்ணலாம், what point or what it is your body language that I can focus ன்றதை நான் யோசனை பண்ணி பார்த்துட்டு then I can start focusing on that spot, and then I can change my shot angles accordingly. And then finally வந்து how do I juxtapose, because ultimately film is told through juxtaposition and a story is told through cuts.
It's very interesting.
So a story is told through cuts. Because sometimes what happens is even when an actor finishes acting, in the post production you can go increase or decrease the person's performance.
Correct,
by pacing the the way
it all happens on the table actually.
Exactly. The movie, the basic planning happens in the table, and the basic finished movie happens in the table. Whatever happens in between is just like, monkey business.
There's a lot of hard work that goes in that monkey business itself. Okay. Sir, it's a very rare or saying real is beautiful. In the padam vandu romba real ah eduthirukinga. It's a very real or feel irukku. Whether it's the shot taking, the ambience, the performances, romba real ah irukku. And paakradhukku romba beautiful ah irukku. You made it look so raw and so beautiful. Tell me about shooting locations. Enge shoot panninga? Actually,
I beg to differ here. The film is not raw. In the film, though it is a raw subject, the film was very stylized. Actually, that's one change that I made, because I didn't want this to be. I want audience, because when I make a very raw film, I can suck the audience more inside, and that avangooda psyche unnum baadikappadum. So instead what I wanted to do was I wanted to actually stylize it a little bit. So formalistic filmmaking solvanga. It's called formalism. And the formalistic style of filmmaking la, I just drew a small border between what the audience is seeing and them. But the story will still draw inside, but it's more like instead of empathizing with them, they would sympathize with them. So that's the difference I
and the more narrow on a line irukku, which should be very careful not to cross. Correct. And to maintain that.
Adha trick.
Super, fantastic. Well, of course, Michelangelo enna sonnanga, we'll forget that. We'll talk about what Balaji sir solranga. And tell me about your team, sir. Ena camera work vandu awesome ah irukku, the background music, the re-recording vandu superb ah irukku. So tell me about that. Everyone's talking about it. So neenga solunga how you chose.
I'm very happy, because my first rule was I wanted to work with youngsters. I wanted to only work with youngsters. The less experience the person had, the more qualified he was for me. The opposite. I thought the opposite.
Resume experience, very less.
20 years experience, sorry. 2 years experience,
love you. Okay.
0 experience, you come.
That's the way.
Because I wanted empty cups.
Correct.
And
you can mold them,
but
you get
the cup should
stuff.
be beautiful. The cup should be able to contain something beautiful. That's I found in people. Like Shivakumar Vijayan, a cinematographer, one short film. I think it's a 5 or a 6 minute film that he did. And the film would strength, I hired him. That's all. I didn't know whose assistant he was. I didn't know anything.
So you actually trusted your people. Or blind trust in the, or confidence in the.
Blind trust in the. Because I'm quite an old man, actually, believe it or not. Okay, I've been around the block.
You are about 27, 28.
Well, I'm actually 47. Yeah, but the thing is, I've been around the block, and I worked on various capacities. I worked as a cinematographer. I worked as a so the camera operator. So I know what I wanted. So I wanted to find out if he can make that better, and Shivakumar made it better. And I would have actually hired another DP also. At least he should give me what I wanted, but nothing less than that. But Shivakumar went and gave me better than what I expected.
His own touch, he added his own flavor.
Obviously, I gave them 100% control. I would never interfere.
And what about the music? So before a small commercial break, we'll talk about the music.
Yeah, music the same. Music is relatively new guy. Someone who has got very less experience, but a phenomenal mind. And I had a talk with him, and then we understood that we
can sync to one extent.
Exactly. We resonated in terms of our frequencies were the same, And then I made sure that, you know, the kind of music that he heard and the kind of music that I hear are all about the same. So we like the punk rocks, the weird music, and at the
So
same
you all
time...
heard it from the ears and we feel it from the heart. Superbana ஒரு விஷயம் இருக்கு. The team is an awesome team. We'll talk about where you were, where you came from and your future plans, where you're going. Let me discuss பண்ணலாம். Of course, the weather வந்து ரொம்ப hot இருக்கு. The person with me is also a very hot personality. And of course, movie வந்து ரொம்ப hot போகுது the marketல. So it's a very, very hot episode. Tell me one thing, sir. நீங்க கொஞ்சம் few minutes back சொன்னீங்க, fear is the driving force. And the word is still running on my mind because remember one statement that when you fear, you do much better. You go for the kill. உங்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு fear இருந்தது before the movie released. என்ன ஒரு பயம்? ஏன்னா நீங்க வந்து first time in Tamil cinema வந்திருக்கீங்க. You've done a lot outside of India. First time Tamil cinema வந்து என்ன பயம் இருந்தது? Was it like rejection or a lack of a proper release? என்ன பயம் இருந்தது sir?
இல்ல, my fear was how will I first gel? I have to make the movie to release it, இல்லையா? But what will I do? அதாவது ஏன்னா நான் இந்தியாவில் ஒர்க் பண்ணதே கிடையாது. I have not worked here at all. So I don't know how people will react. So எனக்கு வந்து 3 o'clock na 3 o'clock.
Not 3 o'clock na 4:45 வந்து we start for the set அப்படி இல்ல.
Correct. So வந்து அப்புறம் தான் எனக்கு புரிஞ்சது, oh, there's another timeline that's running in India called Indian stretchable time.
Correct.
So okay, so அதனால IST னுவாங்க, Indian stretchable time அது. So which means 3 o'clock is not necessarily 3 o'clock, it could be 3:45 or it could be 4:50 depending on his circadian rhythm. அவன் biological clock
3:30 but for sure. அந்த மாதிரி
இருக்கும். So எனக்கு அதெல்லாம் வந்து எனக்கு வந்து முதல்ல ரொம்ப confusion கொடுத்துச்சு because I believe in paperwork.
Correct.
You're only as good as your paperwork. If your paperwork is bad, you're bad. You could be Steven Spielberg of the world. Doesn't matter. If your paperwork is bad, you're bad.
If paperwork is good, half the battle is won.
If your paperwork is good, half the battle is won. Thank you again. It's not full battle, only exactly. அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து திருப்பி போடணும்.
Is how you imply the paperwork.
Exactly. How close you bring it to the paperwork. Yeah. That's more important.
Tell me a bit about the other fears that you had. ஒரு வந்து Indian stretchable time வந்து ஒரு shock ஆயிருந்தது. வேற என்ன shocks? The style of working வந்து
என்னன்னாக்க the technique. See, the technology is one thing. Technology is the electronics, the kind of
is the machine.
The machines. The technique is the style with which you do a film.
Is the man.
Yeah. And the technique is even in Hollywood, my technique of filmmaking is different. So I don't follow the classic continuity style, which is basically like an establishing shot and keep going inside. I don't do that. I mostly do mise-en-scenes and mostly do choreography. So my the way I do is my dialogues, I will time my dialogues to a point where it will come and hit a certain mark, and the turn, it will be a certain thing. Adukku thendaapula camera will move, adukku thendaapula focus will be pulled. Sometimes there are so many...
It's totally planned actually.
Yeah, sometimes there are so many movements that happen within a scene. There is a scene in this movie where what happens is the girl actually dresses herself and comes. That's the second half la varum. I'm not going to reveal it. Second half la vandu dress பண்ணிட்டு வெளில வரும்போது அவ கிட்ட இருந்து focus shift ஆயிட்டு அவ foreground la vandu shoes காட்டுவா. It symbolizes that it's like a Cinderella shoes மாதிரி இருக்கும். It symbolizes a journey that she's going to take, which is a very wrong journey. And though the journey has all the glitz that's surrounding it because of the color, but it's not really that glitzy. On the point, adula rack focus ஆகி அந்த rack focusல இருந்து backgroundல வந்து அந்த இதுவும் தரக்கும்போது it will rack to the background. அவனோட shadow வந்து roomல விழும். So all this has to be coordinated. It's almost like 8 people have to work together.
Form actually இது வந்து ஒரு poetic form மாதிரி போகுது. அதுக்காக உங்க paper work வந்து எப்படி இருக்காது, எப்படி இருக்கோ உங்க paper work.
Actually paper workன்றத விட 7 or 8 people have to coordinate at the same time to make that shot work because it's a single shot.
Team should sync, timing should sync, emotion should sync. Oh.
I think I took, if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, I think I took 14 takes. Film was burning. போயிட்டே இருக்கு film because it's a long shot வேற, and 14 takes எடுத்தேன். And I think I wound up using the first take in நினைக்கிறேன். So the first time was the most coordinated. அதுக்கப்புறம் all the rest of the 13 takes were
okay. Yeah. And a big credit should go to the producer as well. Just tell me about the person.
Oh my God, the producer, man, I can talk volumes about him because at one point the பயத்துல ஒரு fearல and people ஓட insecurityல at one point people will all get confused. அது naturally fear. Fear. We are talking about fear. That's exactly what. At one point, everyone gave up hope on me. That's the truth. I'm being very truthful here. everyone gave up hope on me except my close people. That is, I could say like my cinematographer didn't, and the mari romba key people didn't. Mathapadi everyone gave up. Finally enachu, we went a little over budget, but the producer said no, I'm going to do it. For that, hats off to Javed, because he is one man who was willing to take that risk.
He put his money and his heart, and that's so important.
Exactly. And his soul.
Soul as
Like how
well.
we started the
Yeah,
program.
yeah. And everybody wants to know what's coming up next. Enna oru month irukku, you want to just enjoy this moment illa vandu okay I know
enjoyment vandu it's like buying a new BMW car. You enjoy it for 2 days and after that it's any other car, because driving a BMW in India is like, you know, it's very difficult. But enna nak andha mari andha avladha enjoyment. But I think, you know what, responsibility irnala adutha padam pannanom. Enak enjoyment enna when people enjoy, I enjoy. I want them to enjoy. And அந்த moment வந்து அடுத்த படத்துல நான் என்ன பண்ண போறேன், I have to somehow make them equally enthused. அது வந்து it's quite a challenge.
ஒரு pressure இருக்கோ தானே, நான் live up to that expectation.
சாதாரண pressure ஓட ஜாஸ்தி pressure
ஆமா, exactly, yeah. But of course you have the love and the support of the audience. அது வந்து எப்பவுமே இருக்கு உங்களுக்கு. I wish you all the very best.
I thank my audience and I thank my critics and I thank all the press people. You know, the goods and the bads, whatever they gave, they all meant it from the bottom of their heart, and thank you. And whatever recommendations and changes that you have seen this, that's also made me change the way I will also try. I've also learned. I'll do the film the way they
and
expect.
On behalf of the audience, the critics and my entire channel, so thank you so much for giving us a super Bana movie. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
And before we say tata and goodbye to you, last few questions, rapid fire madri irukko. Tell me, what's the best compliment you got for this movie?
Brilliant.
Really, rapid fire.
Brilliant.
Who said that?
Producer.
Oh, that's a good worthy compliment. Yeah, okay. What's the one thing that you love about Tamil cinema?
Sincerity.
What's the one thing you wish to change besides the time?
Hypocrisy.
Okay. What's the one thing that next time you will not repeat?
Oh,
What's the one thing next time you will repeat?
you will repeat. I will actually repeat my style of filmmaking.
Fantastic. On that note, short and sweet, thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Well, on that note, boys and girls, we had a fantastic time with the director of the movie Vidiyum Mun. This, of course, was Mr. Balaji. My name is Rajiv. Goodbye, and thank you for watching a super episode of 30 Minutes with us only on Peppers. Stay tuned, because we're always turning on the heat.